Hey there. Today we're going to be reviewing management, leadership, human resources, culture, and diversity. To kick this off, we're going to define exactly what management is. Management is defined as the process of accomplishing the goals of an organization through effective use of people and other resources. These are the people in business that can make things happen. There are also two different ways to manage a business, called management style. The first being tactical management. This is used if the manager feels there is a time-sensitive decision or a group of unexperienced employees. This is when more direct and controlling action is taken by the manager. The second management style is strategic management. This is used when a group of experienced employees works well together. Managers are normally more collaborative and involved along with their employees in decision-making with this style. Every manager has specific duties for their circumstances. But big or small, there are 5 categories that all of these duties can be organized into. The first of these 5 being planning. This involves analyzing information, setting goals, and making decisions about what must be done to better the business. Next we have organizing. This means identifying and arranging the work and resources needed to achieve the goals that were set in the planning phase. Now we have staffing. Staffing includes all activities involved in obtaining, preparing, and compensating or paying people who work for a business. Next we have implementing. This is the effort to direct and lead people to accomplish the planned work of an organization. Finally, we have controlling. This determines to what extent the business is accomplishing the goals that were set to be reached in the planning stage. Effective managers have a trait called leadership. This is the ability to motivate individuals and groups to accomplish important goals. If a manager can accomplish this with their employees, they are then considered effective leaders. Another trait of an effective manager is the ability to work well with people. The way people get along is human relations. This is important in management because of how many interactions there are. For example, employees, customers, other managers largely determine success. Influence is important for managers to get a group back on task should a disagreement occur. Influence is defined as the enabling of a person to affect the actions of others. Informal influence is power resulting from personal characteristics of a leader rather than the formal structure of an organization. Formal influence, however, is power based on a leader's position within that formal structure of an organization. Ethical business practices ensure appropriate standards of conduct are maintained by everyone that is a part of the business. The first of these practices is making sure that it is lawful. The next practice is to be consistent with company values along with the company's policies. The third practice is to have good intentions. This means not meaning to harm someone for the benefit of another person. The fourth and final practice is to ensure that if an action or result were to become public, that it would not embarrass the company in any way, shape, or form. Core values are important principles that will guide decisions and actions in the company. An example of a set of core values is shown here. The workforce is made up of all the people 16 years and older. This includes both people who are employed and those who are looking for a job. Downsizing is defined as planned reduction in the number of employees needed in a firm. This may be in order to reduce costs or to make the business more efficient. Outsourcing removes work from one company and sends it to another company that can complete it at a lower cost. Recently, many U.S. jobs have been outsourced to companies in other countries. A job analysis is a specific study of a job to identify in detail the job duties and skill requirements. This is used to hire people with the right skill set for a job. The main reason for people to work is to earn money. One way people receive money is compensation. This is the amount of money paid to an employee for the work that was performed. Compensation is made of 2 different parts, salary and wages. These are direct payments of money to an employee for the work that he or she completed in the job. There are also forms of compensation that aren't just direct payments. These are known as benefits. This may include insurance, retirement plans, health and fitness programs, or vacations. An incentive system connects the amount of compensation to the quality or quantity of an employee's performance. A good example of this is commission, which is when an employee is paid a percentage of sales for which he or she were responsible for. A promotion is defined as the advancement of an employee to a position with greater responsibility. Companies are better able to keep good employees by putting them in positions where they most benefit the company. A transfer is the assignment of an employee to another job in the company with a similar level of responsibility. This may provide new challenges or may be better suited for their skill set. A termination ends the employment relationship between a company and an employee. This may be a discharge due to inappropriate work behavior, or it may be a layoff, which is a temporary or permanent reduction in the number of employees in a firm. An organizational culture is the environment in which people work, made up of the atmosphere, behaviors, beliefs, and relationships. This shows people how they are to be treated and expected to treat others. A work environment is the physical conditions along with the psychological atmosphere in which employees work. A labor union is an organized group of employees who negotiate with employers about issues such as wages and working conditions. These can be effective because they represent large numbers of the employees. Diversity is defined in the workplace as the comprehensive inclusion of people with differences in personal characteristics and equal legislation. A glass ceiling is an artificial limit placed on minority groups moving into positions of authority and decision-making. Businesses that value diversity remove those obstacles so everyone has an opportunity to advance based on ability and performance.